Hello Internet and welcome to another one of these vlogger thingers. I think I've decided that about once a month I'm going to put up a video like this one about something that I'm excited about or something that I'm disgusted by. One of the two. Don't know which is going to happen. Whatever. I decided about 3 minutes ago that I was even going to make this video. So, because I was going to try to do a gameplay video. Realized that I didn't have enough time to edit one before my before noon. So I didn't have enough time. My software wasn't rendering fast enough, so I decided to do a vlog. And I decided that I'm going to talk to you guys about the upcoming Flash movie. I'm pretty excited about it. There's a lot of ways that they could go with it. I've heard that it's supposed to be a Flashpoint video, or movie. It's all about the Flashpoint timeline, or the Flashpoint paradox is technically what it's called. So there's a lot of stuff that happens in the Flashpoint paradox. For anybody who doesn't know, spoiler alert, here it goes. There's a big war between Wonder Woman and Aquaman, because something or whatever, I don't want to go too into it. But there's a gigantic war between the Amazonians, Wonder Woman and the Amazonians, against Aquaman and the Atlanteans. So that's one thing that goes on. The Flashpoint Batman is amazing, just for the record. So the Flashpoint Batman, the regular Batman, Bruce Wayne, goes into a rage, yada yada yada, after his parents are shot and killed in the alley. And Flashpoint Batman is actually Thomas Wayne, Bruce's father, because in Flashpoint, Bruce is the one that dies in the alleyway, and driven mad by the loss of his son, Thomas Wayne becomes the Batman. His mother, however, Martha, driven mad by the loss of her son, becomes the Joker. So, I mean, that would be interesting to see. I don't remember the names of the actors, to be completely honest, who portrayed Martha and Thomas in, I believe it was Batman v Superman? I don't remember, but they used two really big actors who I hope they use. I haven't actually looked at the cast that they're going to be using for the Flash movie, but I'm pretty excited about it because the Flash is a character who's been around since 1940. Like, and they're finally starting to make actual feature films. To be fair, back in the day, they didn't really have the graphical, they couldn't really portray somebody who could move at Mach 4, or more. So that wasn't really a thing that they could do. But now they are. I mean, the TV show has been widely successful. The comic books have featured several different Flashes with Jay Garrick. Why did I falter there? Jay Garrick, Barry Allen, Wally West, and even Bart Allen, along with other random speedsters like Jesse Quick and all that. So it's a really extensive universe, and I'm excited to see what they do with it, because there's a lot that they could do with it. Definitely, there has to be Flashpoint Batman. You have to have Flashpoint Batman. I mean, you just can't not have Flashpoint Batman in Flashpoint. It has to be a thing. and I'm pretty excited about the concept of it. Like I said, I haven't really looked a whole lot into it because I don't want it to be spoiled to me. What things are going to be happening, so I haven't even looked for trailers or anything like that, so I have no idea. I just know that the actor portraying Barry Allen is Ezra Miller, instead of Grant Gustin, which kind of upset me, to be quite honest. But I understand that he's busy with the TV show and all that good stuff, so gross. I don't know what the hell that was. But and making a movie takes a lot of time, especially a movie of that magnitude. So I'm pretty excited to see how he's going to portray the Flash. I've seen bits and pieces from, randomly looking through the internet. You see stuff. Watching TV, you'll see like a Justice League trailer. I did watch the Justice League trailer, all of them that have been released, because that movie excites me as well. But this is specifically about the Flash here. So, Flashpoint Batman is the thing that needs to happen. I also want to see the war between the Atlanteans and the Amazonians? Is that how you pronounce that? Yeah. I want to see that. And I don't mean like a Captain America Civil War type thing where you have just the main characters going blib, 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 blib. No. I want to see full on fucking like armies and big monsters and shit. Like, that's what I want. I want to see it. I want to see that. Also a scene with Superman in it. Because in Flashpoint, I want at least one or two scenes. I hope there is at least one or two scenes with Superman in it. Because in Flashpoint, Superman, instead of becoming Superman, was taken as a captive by the U.S. government when he landed. So he's kept in a room that's... the walls are completely made out of kryptonite, so he's super thin and weak and pale and, like, can't really do anything. He's essentially just human while he's within this room. And I think it would be pretty neat to, at least show that. Not necessarily extensively, but just a little. I just want to see just a little bit of it, please, DC. Just a little. Anyway, so those are like my three major things that I want to see. Other than fight against Reverse Flash. Has to be. There's not a Flash movie without fight against Reverse Flash. I mean, come on, you gotta have just one fight. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't matter how long the fight is. I just want to see a fight. Of course, it'd be really neat if they made that fight like they're moving in super speed, so like everything around them just freezes, and then so to our eyes, the viewers, they're just like fighting at normal speed, but because they're actually moving so fast, everything else is frozen. That would be pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. That's something that I would love to see. And if they don't do it in this film, I would love it if they do it in other films, or in maybe a sequel or something. If they plan on doing more Flash movies, obviously if they're going to do more Flash movies, this one has to be successful. So that's a thing. Also, I would kind of like at least a little bit of like a backstory, an origin story, not for the Flash, but for the Reverse Flash. Because everybody knows the origin story of the Flash. Everybody knows that. Fucking Flash Comics has been around since... Flash Comics portrayed Jay Garrick in the 40s and 50s and yada yada. He's been portrayed quite a lot, actually, what with the introduction of the multiverse back in the 60s? Or was it 70s? I'm not 100%. I didn't read all of the comics. I haven't been able to get my hands on all of them. So I don't really know that right off the top of my head, the exact year. I'm not going to pretend to. But I do know that it was a thing, and it happened. And it continues to happen to this day. Where characters are coming in from other universes throughout the multiverse and, chatting, helping each other, yada yada. And that was the first one, was Barry Allen and Jay Garrick getting together and hanging out. So that's a thing. It was even portrayed on the TV show. So yeah, that's a thing. I don't know. I forgot where I was going with that. But oh yeah, the origin story. Everybody knows the origin story of the Flash. The TV show put it all over the place. Everybody knows. We don't need that. However, they briefly talked about the origin of the Reverse Flash in the TV show, Eobard Thawne. They briefly discussed it. briefly. All we really know is that he stole the Flash suit, tried to become the Flash. Nobody appreciated it. So he decided to become the Reverse Flash instead because he wanted notoriety. He wanted to be known. That's all he wanted. He didn't necessarily want to be a hero. He just wanted to be famous. Well, managed to do that. I mean, the Reverse Flash is probably one of the greatest supervillains in DC Comics, period, end of story. He doesn't just appear in the Flash comics, he appears in other comics as well, so he's one of the most notorious supervillains in the DC universe. So I would love if they did at least just a small segment on the origin story of Eobard Thawne, the Reverse Flash. I think that would be pretty neat. Probably at the beginning of the movie, because that would make the most sense. Just have it start off with Eobard as like a kid in, what the fuck year was it, like 25 yada yada, or 2355 or something like that. I don't remember. 2155. No, it was later than that. I don't remember the exact year. Something 20 something 55, I think, though. I forget that second number. But I think it would be pretty neat to have that, and I would like to see it. But definitely, if they don't include the rest of them, I want Flashpoint Batman. And at the end of the film, toward the end of the film, I want a scene in the Batcave where Barry gives Bruce the note from Flashpoint Thomas, Flashpoint Batman. One of the most integral parts of that's like a key moment within Flashpoint was Bruce getting this note from his father, who has been dead for ages, basically telling him, you know, I miss you, I love you. You know, it's insane. Like, it's a very integral part to the rest of the storyline after that. Like, it's absolutely 100%, in my opinion, something necessary to put into the film. Because I'm going to assume that they're going to try to narrow down and basically give us a synopsis of the Flashpoint Paradox. It's not going to be like a series of films where they teach us all about the Flashpoint Paradox. No, that would be amazing. But unfortunately, we're not going to get that. It's going to be a one-film thing, probably, just like in the DC or on the TV show. They just kind of one episode, like maybe two. I don't remember exactly. I watched them. I watched the whole series up through season 3. Been watching it on Netflix, or I watched it on Netflix. That's it. That's all I got. But I was actually disappointed with how little they talked about the Flashpoint Paradox. How quickly it was over. It was like 40 minutes. Like, you can't cover the entire Flashpoint Paradox in 40 minutes. You just can't do it. You also can't cover the Flashpoint Paradox in a world where the Flash doesn't know Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman and everybody else, Green Lantern, yada yada. You just can't do it. It's not a thing. The TV show, in my opinion, destroyed it. Like, not in a good way. No, it was terrible. It's a great TV show, don't get me wrong, I love the show, but that disappointed me, as a fan of The Flash, and a flan? A flan? I'm not a flan. Anyway, and as a fan of the DC Universe, more so than Marvel Universe, I'm a huge DC Comics fan. I have an entire drawer full of just DC Comics over here. You know, and the Flashpoint Paradox was a very integral part of it. It essentially formed what is comics today, on both sides, DC and Marvel, because Marvel also introduced rebirths and stuff after, you know, time and time, yada yada, blah 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 blah. I'm not here to talk about them. So yeah, those are the things that I want to see. But if nothing else, I want to see Flashpoint Batman and the Batcave scene where Barry gives regular timeline Bruce the note from Thomas. I need that in my life. I really do. I need a scene like that in that movie. But yeah, so that's my thoughts. You can leave your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear them because it is something that I'm super excited about. I believe they pushed it back to like 2018. Well, it was supposed to initially come out this year. That didn't happen because they pushed it back. Apparently the Cyborg movie is no longer happening. They're scrapping it, apparently. Which I'm not excited about. But I hope because of that they give him a fairly large part in the Flash movie. I think that'd be pretty neat. Because in the Flashpoint Paradox, it was actually Cyborg that tried to gather the heroes to create the Justice League because Superman was, well, not Superman. So yeah, anyway. Yeah, that's where I'm going to leave this off. So thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, hit the like, hit the thumbs up button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.